Welcome back, guys. Let's see how we can install VSX within having 8 GB of RAM and just with a few gigabyte of hard disk as shown in the screen. Just log into your VM workstation, add your Checkpoint OS into the virtual box, click next, select all the other, uh, just locate the location where you want to have that OS to be installed. Just give the hard disk space, give the 4 GB of RAM, 2 processors, 4 processing cores, make it bridge and have multiple network adapters. I prefer 4. Here we are installing the management server first. Okay, let's power on the virtual system. Okay, let's start the process of installing the OS. It's initializing the OS now. Do the default configuration. I'm just adding the system root memory for as a 20 gig. Give the admin password. As per your IP schema, give the IP address. Yeah, it's just preparing to install the policy package. It takes a minute to get installed. Okay, it's getting installed. The policies package. Let's wait for a minute. %. Okay, so now it's copying the files. We need to wait for a couple of minutes to perform this activity. Okay, let's meanwhile go to the next virtual system creation. Just browse to the location and take the OS for the gateway. Alright, give the name, say gateway 1, and the location where you want that OS to be installed. Let's give 2 gigabyte of RAM and 25 gigabyte of hard disk. Two processor, 4 cores, and multiple network adapters in a bridge mode. This is a very simple installation, so I put it like a bridge mode for each and every adapter, network adapter. Let's power on the OS. Perform these same steps like initializing the package, giving the IP address for the interface and everything. Select the default configuration, have your username and password for have the IP address as per your schema. Let's change the name of the management server on the VMware. I forgot to install give the name while initializing or installing the OS at the VMware level, so I'm just changing it now. Alright, let's see where the gateway is. It's installing the package. 92% completed. It takes a minute to complete from here. Alright, let's log into the MDS and see how it looks. Give your username and password. Yeah, it's showing you it's a gateway because the first time configuration is not completed yet. Let's go to the web UI, log into that MDS, give the IP address 254. Yeah, username admin, your password. Yeah, click next, configure with R80.30 ATH1. Here we need to give MDS. By default I have given gateway 1. We will change it later on. Give your domain name. Give the default Google DNS IP address for now. Select, yeah, here select security management as we are installing the management. Yeah, primary multi-domain management. Leading interface is ATH0. Any host used by default Gaia username and password. Meanwhile the gateway is package completed, is rebooted. Let's create a new virtual system and add a secondary gateway. Give OS other and other details. Select the location where the gateway to OS will be installed. Give 25 GB of hard disk, 2 GB of RAM. By default I have selected 4, but you can give the 2 GB, that will work. Have network adapters. I would suggest have multiple network adapters because it's a VSX, you would require this. Just finish the configuration. Right, the first time configuration wizard summary is started for your management server. Let's install the gateway 2. It will take again a couple of minutes to get process for initial package installation. Meanwhile, the management server is first time configuration wizard is processing. Alright, give the default settings, default configuration, password. It is 0, IP address as IP address with your schema. Alright, MDS still initializing. Meanwhile, let's see gateway 1 how it looks. Alright, it's ready for the first time configuration. So just go to the web UI, type HTTPS and IP address of your gateway. Give the admin and username, admin's username and a password. Your first time Gaia configuration wizard is started. Just click next. Accept the default settings. Give your host name as a gateway 1. Give the domain name firewalls.com. You can select as per your requirement or as per your domain name. Select the DNS. Here you have to select the security gateway, uncheck the security management server, give the activation key as a part of the cluster Excel. Activation key. Finish the first time with the configuration. It takes a minute to complete. Meanwhile, let's see how the gateway 2 package is processing. It's almost completed, more than 50%. Let's wait for I think a minute or two to finish, and after that we also start with the first time Gaia wizard from web UI for the gateway 2 as well. Here also I think I forgot to give the gateway 2 for the as a name for the VM. You will see there as a author. So after package installation, I'll be changing the name to gateway 2, and I think for the MDS as well, I have forgot to give the gateway name from the OS point of view. I have selected as a gateway 1, so we will change it later on once the package is all installed. Let's wait for the package installation for gateway 2. Right now it's completed 92%. Alright, MDS is still initializing the first time wizard configuration. Okay, now gateway 2, it's copying the files. As we are installing into the VM workstation, and I have only 8 gig of RAM, so it's taking a time. uh, I have selected 4 gigabit of RAM for this gateway, I think, which is causing this delay, but you can select 2 gigabit of RAM, that will work. For sure. Let's wait for a couple of minutes to get completed, and then we'll join back again. Now let's log into the MDS. Meanwhile, let's check if the gateway 2 is also done with uh, the package installation. Gateway to first time Gaia wizard is it just started. We have just logged into that. We will just give the basic details first, and then we'll log into the MDS again. So this is a part of the cluster, so you have to give that option there. Let's log into the MDS. Here you see there are two modes, one is advanced and another is basic view mode. So we have to go to the advanced. First you need to download the smart console client, which will be used to log into this MDS. I have already installed, so I'm not downloading it again. Let's wait for the gateways to complete their first time configuration wizard. takes minute to complete. Now it's get completed. Let's log into the smart console and we will log into the MDS. Alright, authentication failed. Let's try again. Let's hit the expert password. Just wanted to check if all the processes and everything is running well. MDS stat is the command for that, to check statistics of the MDS. It looks good. Top command, everything looks good here as well. Let's try to log in again with the username password. Okay, authentication to service failed. Okay, the gateways are rebooting now. I think the first time configuration is completed with them. All right. Let's log into the gateway and check everything looks good there. All processes looks good. From the gateway point of view, just set the expert mode password. MDS statistics looks good. Let's try again with the admin username and password. Oh, it's still failing. Okay. Everything looks good, but I don't know why it's failing. I think we need to have new user configure for smart console access. Before that, let's do the reboot the MDS, see if it works. It takes time, so meanwhile you will enjoy this music. Whenever you set expert mode password, try to save it so it will not lose it after reboot or restarting the services. MDS is rebooted. Let's see if we are able to log in from the uh, from the smart console. Let's put our password again. Unable to connect. Username password is invalid. Let's try it again. I think its processes are initializing. Let's try it again. Yeah. So I think we need to change the username. Not change, add the new password. Just go to the MDS config and go for the user administrators option 6 for adding a new smart console admin. Let's wait for a minute. Meanwhile, it initializes whatever the processes in the background to add the new admin. Meanwhile, just try it again for the old username and password. Okay. I think the process is initializing at the background. That's why we are getting operational timeout. If you see, we are just trying to add the new administrator. Due to that, the server is not responding. So I think we need to wait for a couple of minutes, otherwise it will throw the same errors. Yeah. I don't know why it's taking that much time, but let's wait. Alright, yes, we want to have do you want to add administrator? Yes, we want you to add. Meanwhile, just check one more time. Okay, it's unable to connect. Yeah, select yes. Why again? It's sorry, no again. No, because we are adding a new admin. Yeah, give the admin as a multi-domain super user permission, right? Name is my name Weber, as it as a Weber as admin. Let's wait. Okay, the username is added successfully. Let's exit, and now let's try it from the new username and password. Server is still unable to connect. Let's wait for a minute. Let's see MD start. What is it? Everything looks good. Processes looks up and running. Unable to connect again. Let's wait for a minute. We will put again the new username and the password. Alright, let's change the old password. with the new one. By default it asks you like this: connecting to the server. Great. MDS. Let's proceed with the MDS. Unauthorized client. Let's try one more time. And let's log into the web UI to see what are the clients machines we have allowed. Look like we have allowed any, but let's add the host machine again. Just the IP address of my machine. All right, let's close it and just again put the username, password, and see we are able to log in. Unauthorized user. I think there's some issue with the MDS. I need to again reinstall the MDS to fix this issue. So I'll be installing a new MDS again with the same config and everything, and I will see you guys in the next video.